To be or not to be? That is the question, is what Shakespeare said. I say, to do or not to do? That is the question. For what you do is how you will live and who you will become. What you do on a daily basis, and what you do for work, hobbies, if you sit and doom scroll for 6 hours, you're gonna become a mindless, retarded slob. Whilst, you know, if you eat like shit, you're gonna become fat. If you work out, on the other hand, you're gonna get fucking jacked and joked. So what you do, I believe, is very, I think it's obvious. What you do is very essential to who you're gonna be and who you're gonna become. And most people, they don't do that much. They maybe go to work they hate, like me, at least now. And then doom scroll, play video games, just a bunch of coping, not trying to become or be or do the things they really want to do or really want to be. So I believe you have a choice that, you try and do something, whatever that is for you. Try to do that and become something more. You do something and you to be someone and try to become someone, or you do nothing and you just remain nothing, nobody. And it's a choice you have to make. It's not an easy choice, because especially today it's very easy to just cope your life away. To do something real is not easy. And a lot of people who say want to be someone or become someone, they want the money, they want the cars, they want the girls or whatever. Like, yeah, like you go to the gym like for women, like, yeah, like forget about it. So don't do whatever it is. I wouldn't say don't do it for the glory or the money or any of that stuff, because most likely you're not gonna get it. And if you are, it's many, many, many years, many, many hours of work ahead before you actually, get something out of it, like material or measurable. But I believe that even if you have this choice, as I said, do something, don't do something. If you choose to do nothing and not try at anything and just, stay at home being neat or go to a shitty job and then just go home and play video games, you are guaranteed to have a shitty life. Without a doubt, your life is gonna be shit. And that is guaranteed. But if you try, you apply yourself to something, anything, while success is not guaranteed, at the very minimum, you will learn and grow. Say you go to the gym, You get a bit stronger, you get a bit healthier, you learn some things about yourself, about life, or you try to make, like this, like some YouTube stuff. Like you learn some things about photography, filming, lighting. You can argue about how useful that is, but, you learn something at least. You're doing something at the very minimum. Say a step higher. Maybe, you do something like this, say, and maybe you start earning a bit more money. You can live a bit better life. Maybe, spend more time on other hobbies and travel, or, not live in a shitty neighborhood or whatever. So believe, as I said, if you don't try, you're guaranteed your life's gonna suck. But if you try, at the very least, you won't regret not trying for the rest of your life. And maybe you'll get something at least along the way. I think this mindset, this setup that I just used for this is quite useful for a lot of things, like worst case, best case scenario. Like, yeah, worst case, instead of playing video games 2 hours a day, you go to the gym, and maybe you don't have like good genetics and you don't gain that much muscle, you don't get that strong, but you stop playing video games and went to the gym instead. You spent less time. The worst thing that happened is you spent less time gaming. Is that so bad? It's maybe you enjoy gaming more than the gym, but right, you understand the weighing of worst and best. And maybe best case scenario, you find something you really like, and then your life's gonna be a lot better. So it's always worth trying. And then I have this other thing that I've been thinking about, that I think applies to this as well, is, if you're gonna do something and try to apply yourself to something in life, the stoic mindset of things inside your control and things outside of your control is essential, because there are a lot of things that's gonna happen to you that are outside of your control. Where you were born, your parents, maybe even what school you went in, your environment. There are so many things that are completely outside of your control. Now, something like your environment, you can work to change that. You can work to be able to move someplace else. So you can, obviously change stuff, but there is a lot of things that are completely outside of your control. And I think, and I found, the only really two things that are inside your control, two things, are your actions and your reactions. Everything else, if you boil it down, is outside of your control, except your actions and your reactions. What you do and how you react to what happens to you. So then I come back to do or not to do. Because that's really all you can do. Choose what to do and what not to do. And how you react to the things that happen around you. So be aware of that. Thanks for listening.